All right, here we go with album 4 from my year 2005 when I managed to go to Disney World 4 separate trips. This one is September 30th to October 4th. I think must have been after my husband came home from Korea. I can't remember. I know he was with me, so I don't know what the deal was. And I think it might have just been the two of us. So we're about to find out. This is a fun title page. I just used a Mickey head punch and some stars. These are probably letters that I traced with a stencil and hand cut, because that was a thing I used to do. And then I cut the oval from the oval jumbo custom cutting system and put a piece of vellum behind it. So you can see these are the regular opacity. I guess these are the regular punches. And then I just put the vellum over to kind of soften this and help my title to stand out. All right, so lots of journaling. I won't read it all to you. It said, after 3 visits, you'd think anyone would be satisfied. So Princeton must have just come home or was getting ready to leave. Anyway, a friend of mine gave me 2 free nights at her Disney Vacation Club. I did a favor for her. And when you arrive at a Disney Vacation Club, they say welcome home to you. So whether or not you're a member of the DVC, they say that to you. So I just journal about that instead of, she was going to pay me $40 for doing a favor for her, instead she gave me some points. And I said that, yeah, Princeton got home from Korea just a few days before the trip. And Michelle, who was going to go with us, but then she decided not to go. And so just Princeton and I went. My husband and I went to Disney by ourselves. So here's the old Key West. Here's again the park map. I said we stayed in a DVC studio, much like a regular hotel room. So here's some little, these are like little paper clips, little swirly paper clips. No idea where they came from. I didn't use them as clips. I just stuck them on. I have no idea what I stuck them on with. Probably liquid glue. And of course I had to make this one into a hidden Mickey. And again, we're just doing mostly borders and some of that stuff. When my friend made a room reservation, she told me that they were celebrating my birthday. And with a few minutes of us getting to a room, there was a knock at the door, and there stood a hotel worker with a birthday card signed by Cinderella and Prince Charming and some balloons. How fun was that? It says royal birthday greetings, cut with my Sizzix, and a handmade, not very cute Mickey Mouse balloon. So thank you, Cinderella and Prince Charming. Ever since Nicole started researching Disney trips, she heard great things about Boma. She and the kids ate there on their trip in the summer. It lived up to its reputation. She wanted to try it, so made a reservation for the night we arrived. We had really liked our server the last time, asked for her again. We didn't end up in her area, but we're right in the next section. So the server didn't remember us at first, but then we reminded her. She told us it was my birthday, and she surprised me with a little birthday cookie. So that was fun. Boma, again, kind of some African themed, inspired borders. After dinner, we decided to go mini golfing. Had fun. This is our first time to try the course. Won't be the last. Absolutely won't be our last time. We love the mini golf courses at Disney. Our first full day we spent at Disney. We had earned enough Disney dollars on our Disney Visa to pay for a 10-day no expiration park ticket for Princeton. Man, I wish they still did those. I had the annual pass, and we were able to get him the 10-day ticket. We used some of it now, and I think we used it another time. Ran into one of my scrapbooking friends, Marcy Nelson. I got the birthday pin. The newest attraction at Epcot is a flying ride inside the land called Soarin'. It does have a motion sickness warning, so Princeton rode alone to check it out, and I stayed with her baby so that she could ride it too. Thankfully, I can ride Soarin', even though it does have a motion sickness warning. October and November used to be slow months, so one of the ways they've tried to change that is by introducing the Food and Wine Festival, food booths all around the park where you can buy samples. So we had a great time, food and wine. African Village set up with handicraft demonstrations and traditional dancing. So I guess they didn't have the little booklets yet, but this was the Food and Wine Festival. It didn't have a year on it. They didn't know they were going to do them. I don't know when the first one is. I'll have to look that up. We met Mulan. I'm happy with my little fan that I made. I used vellum, and again, I ran it through the Xyron, so the whole thing would be sticky. But then when I put these little sticks behind it, it didn't stick all the way down, but I think it turned out okay. Voices of Liberty, my favorite thing in the USA Pavilion. The only complaint we have about this show is that it's too short, so we make sure to get to as often as we can. These are, again, cut with that 12-inch decorative trimmer, some little stars, music notes. Very simple, old school layouts. I don't remember where these Tomorrowland little spacemen would be. And why, if they say Tomorrowland, this is an Epcot. But I'm wearing the white shirt, so it must be Epcot. I love these layouts. These are some of the first layouts of mine that I ever posted on Pinterest. And I've showed this before about how sometimes if you don't have enough to do like a full layout on something, you want to kind of break it up. So this is like 3 layouts in one. So I have a Tigger picture, I have a Jasmine, and then I have Aurora. And I have my little Disney scrapbook, or little Creative Memories Disney album that I had her sign. So we came back from our day at Epcot to find a bucket full of goodies waiting for us. Princeton thought it was something all the guests received, but I'm sure it was a special homecoming treat in his honor. So I don't know. Do you guys always get a bucket of candy when you stay at a Disney resort? Our 2 nights at Old Key West were over. A Sunday we checked out. We headed to downtown Disney, where we indulged in some yummy ice cream treats at the Ghirardelli store. And this paper pack, I think, was called like something ice creamy, and it worked really well with this these pictures. So downtown Disney, we usually don't take time away from visiting the parks. Even on this visit, we barely scratched the surface. We love this Disney-fied periodic table we saw on the wall with elements like M, Mickeyum, and C, Cinderellium. That's fun. So my friend had given us 2 nights at Old Key West, but we had a 9-hour drive, so we stayed 2 more nights at Pop Century. We had a pool view room, which was nice, except at night when we were trying to sleep, we could hear people in the pool. So this is one where they circled my everything with a black Sharpie, and that was where my room was apparently. So I kind of like that it had that, even though you know, you don't get to see the whole image. Oh, and then we went to the Halloween party. Lucky for us, the same weekend in Nicole's birthday was a Halloween party. We wore VeggieTales t-shirts that got lots of compliments on our costumes. So that was fun. This must have been our first time to go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. These are some little Jolie's Boutique Halloween stickers, Minnie and Mickey. Very fun. Swiss Family Treehouse. This is another one I had fun doing. I think this might be that same tree that I used for the Animal Kingdom page in the previous album, and I made it into the Swiss Family Treehouse. And I wrote the title, Swiss Family Treehouse, using making little trees, which is squares and squares cut in half. I cut this out of the little trick-or-treat bag. They were just little orange bags. I cut that circle out and then made a little mock bag. What fun is it to trick or treat? Most places give it only a piece or 2 of candy, but a few places give us a handful. Now they just give you a handful. You'll get so much candy if you go trick or treating. Lots of fun. Oh, these were the little trick or treat hander outers in their little Alice in Wonderland costumes. And here there's a picture. You can take your picture with the hitchhiking ghosts. Oh my gosh, it gets so much better once they start PhotoPass magical stuff. I love this. Boo to You parade is one of my very favorite parades. New in 2005, so I got to see it the first year it was there. Love the Boo to You parade. The theme song is great. Got stuck in our heads for days, and this is kind of it. Boo to you and you and you and you. Love, love, love. The best thing are the grave diggers that scrape the sidewalk, and it creates big sparks, which is very impressive. So again, you're seeing here's my 12-inch decorative trimmer. It must have been new, because I used, anytime I get a new tool, I play with it a lot. And this did use a heck of a lot of ABC stickers. It's times like this I'm glad I'm a Creative Memories advisor, because I can justify buying as many as I want. Lots of characters. We felt sorry for people dressed in elaborate but hot costumes. I got to meet Genie and Abu. Tarzan. Oh, this was one of my favorite memories. Tarzan was great. He said, "Jane, teach Tarzan right name. Tarzan right name many times today." Gesturing to the people waiting for family members in line, he said, "People watch Tarzan long time, say nothing. Give Tarzan creeps." So the whole Halloween party was lots of fun, and we are glad we went. We sat and listened to this band for quite a while before we left the park for the night. Oh, my first Halloween party. The Disney villains take over the nightly fireworks. Instead of wishes, Hallowishes features Maleficent, Jafar, the Evil Queen, and more. And again, not, my old film camera, not the greatest pictures. Monday, we went to MGM for my 37th birthday. That was a while ago. I wore a happy birthday pin. Lots of fun attention. Chicken Little is Disney's newest movie. I don't think I've ever heard about Chicken Little ever again. Chicken Little and Abby Mallard, never seen or heard them again. Guess these are historic. So then, without question, the most important stop was visiting our special friends at the 50s Primetime Cafe. So here we are. And these were the people that did the magic in the last album for us. And we'd planned to eat lunch, but we ended up being so busy visiting we didn't have time to eat. There was even a Disney photographer there to take our picture for the cast member newsletter. Princeton hadn't seen the new stunt show, so this is a nice color block layout. Just cardstock colors and a little bit of pattern paper. Sorry, I'm crooked. And then, you know, if you remember the last time we had wanted to see the Power Rangers for my son, he wasn't with us. But this time we got to meet, you know, our friend arranged for us to have this private meet and greet with the Power Rangers. I already know which album I need to show you guys next so you can get the rest of this story, and that goes into 2006. They were on their way out, but they stopped for a few minutes behind the gate to meet us. Bob took our picture and insisted that we pose along with the Rangers. We actually stayed in touch with this guy, Bob, also for many years. We have lost touch with him. I wonder if he's still there, but he was a great, great guy that we had fun meeting at Disney. Then he stayed with us all afternoon. It was awesome to sit and talk with him for hours. He was off duty and talk about Disney. When it was time for the parade, he went with us to watch. As the parade was starting, there was a moment of excitement as the character escorts tried to shoo a squirrel off the parade route. The poor squirrel was terrified, but finally found an escape route. This one, I just kind of cut the characters out. He showed us his favorite place to watch the parade. We had a great view. I don't know where that was. I didn't write it down, but it doesn't matter because there's not a parade, afternoon parade anymore. One Man's Dream is one of my favorite things. You walk through and you see the models and samples of things from Walt Disney's life. And some little tiny models of the different castles and stuff. That's my favorite, I think. The little miniatures of the castles. And then I said at lunch we'd hardly had time to eat. So our friend Lori was substituting at the next door, Hollywood and Vine, invited us to come see her there. We didn't think about the fact she was working. We did get time with her. Surprised that she turned it into a birthday party, complete with a cupcake, a card signed by lots of restaurant workers, and the whole restaurant singing happy birthday. So there's my card, all the workers. You're a new cherished friend. And in fact, Lori did become a very, very cherished friend. And she is no longer with us, and I miss her. This was a highlight. On top of everything, she paid for our meal. See, I'm so glad I journaled about that. And then here, I said we hoped to hang out with her a while. She had to close the restaurant. We ended up just going back to the hotel. The absolute highlight was our time with Lori, Pip, and Bob. Gave him a patch from the Army. Gave him an Italian coin. A few weeks after our trip, we got a packet in the mail with copies of the 2 Disney cast newsletters that mentioned us. Now we just have to find a way to move to Orlando so we can work at Disney. So here are the 2 newsletters that talk about us, and I don't exactly know where we are. I should post that tag that with a post-it note, but our letter that we wrote in, here we go. This was the letter that I wrote to Disney. Look at that. All these pages. And then this one must have been where they did the picture of us in here. Anyway, I'm not going to read those here, make you look at them, but I saved them. I saved the whole thing. I mean, they probably don't print the Main Street Diary anymore, but they printed it and they sent it out to us week of October 3rd, week of October 10th. So those get to stay here in this pocket page in the scrapbook. I just took 2 pages. You can see right here. Oh, maybe I didn't. Maybe I just put paper. So this is 1 page, and I just cut this piece of cardstock and taped it down. I think I put a spacer. It looks like there's a spacer to make room for all of this. And I cut the page protector, which is not really holding up all that well, but it allowed me to have this. And so of all these albums, this one actually has an end page. But I'm so glad that I saved these and had a place to save them. So I talk about leaving Disney's hard. Fortunately, this time we left knowing we were able to go back in February of 2006, just over 4 months away. So we have some more magic happening in that. That's a 2-volume scrapbook. And I'll try to remember to make that my next album flip through. So thank you for coming with me on this journey of the 4 Disney trips I took in 2005. And I hope of all the things that you've learned from flipping through these albums with me, one is that the old school scrapbooking with just the borders on a white page or black page still really can be effective. It can still tell your story. It can still preserve your photos, which is important. And secondly, journal, 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 journal. I know some things you don't feel like you have any stories to tell, but some things have a story. And I'm so glad that I wrote things like, you know, this was the first year of this parade, or talked about the things that we did and the reason behind some of these pictures, because that's what's made these albums precious to us. Precious to me, the ones that my kids are going to want to keep. They're not going to want to keep every Disney album, but I bet they keep these that have these stories with our friends that became our friends down at Disney. So thanks a lot. Thanks again to Kelly Creates for encouraging me to do these album flip throughs. I will try to do more of them. I have so many old albums. I would love to know, you guys, does it help you to see my old albums? Or I kind of have not been doing older albums because my style is so different, and I don't know that they'll be inspirational to you. Although I saw lots of things in these 4 that have given me some ideas. So let me know in the comments, do you like the older albums? Do you still scrapbook kind of in this older style? Maybe you feel like the newer style is too time consuming. I'd love to hear what you think about what went through your mind as you were looking at these albums from 19 years ago. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon with another Theme Park Thursday, maybe a Savvy Scrapbookers, a new product preview, or hopefully another album flip through. Thanks a lot. Happy scrapbooking.